Okay, guys, we are learning how to do rotations. So, what we're doing is we put this triangle down, and we put A. A is going to be at 3, 2, and go put your coordinate up there. B is 11, 2. C is 3, 12. Make sure you write the coordinates on here and then trace around your triangle. Okay, we are going to do rotations, and we've already discussed when you do a 360, that's completely around and you make a circle. We're going to do a 90 degree, which is a fourth of a turn. Okay, fourth of a turn. So we're going counter clockwise. Write that up there. We're going backwards. So we're going to end up in quadrant 2. Now, here's what was confusing to me. The origin is going to be the center of rotation. You could make point A the center of rotation, and you would just turn it like that. Okay? A, you would just turn it around point A. But we're doing, the origin is going to be the center of the rotation, which in a way is going to make it a little easier, and you'll see why. Because you won't have the figure to go turn around. You won't have the figure to physically turn when you're working it on paper. Okay, we are today going to have the figure. So, you know you're going to turn it 90, you're going to turn like a fourth of a turn, and it's going to be over here somewhere. So we have to decide where to put it. We've got to decide where we're going to put this. Okay? Here's the neat part of the origin being the center. You can use your coordinates. Now, instead of you getting up and looking at it like this, and getting up, you'll have to. I mean, you would have to. Instead of you getting up, we're going to just turn the paper. So, and when you turn the paper the opposite way. So you're just going to turn. See, we turn the figure counterclockwise, but you're going to turn your paper so you can see the triangle like you just saw it. It's going to look just like we had it in that quadrant 1. And here's what's neat about it. All you do is go put the triangle down at the same points it was over here at 3, 2. So you kind of use the numbers, but you don't look at really what the signs are sometimes. Okay? So you're going to put the triangle down where A prime is going to be at 3, 2. Over 3, up 2. Right? You don't look at the signs. Have you done it? You don't look at the signs. You just look and go over 3, up 2. A was 3, 2. A prime is going to be 3, 2 right there. Okay? B prime is going to be at 11, 2. C prime is going to be at 3, 12. You pick up your triangle after you have it, the points on there, the vertices. Then you turn your paper back. Look, turn your paper back to where you originally had it. Connect your vertices. And then look, we're A prime is not 3, 2. Now that we're looking at it the original, what we just turned it just for a minute to get where to put the points. But now that we have it sitting right, A prime is what? Negative 2, 3. Where's B prime? Good. And where's C prime? Negative 12, 3. Guys, I would like for y'all to be writing with me, not after me. That would be lovely. So I don't have to wait on you. Now, I want you to look at something. We've got to figure something out. Look at the points. Look at the points. For the original. Oh. Pre-image. Image. Oh, I'm recording. I need to sit down. I forget. When I go over there, they can't hear me very well. Look right here. Pre-image, image. Look at the points. 3, 2, negative 2, 3. Just look at the numbers. Don't worry about the signs right now. What do you notice? They're flopped. They're flip-flopped. The numbers are turned around. The numbers are turned around. But why do you think all of these have a negative and then a positive? Why are all these negative then positive numbers? You're in the second quadrant. And in the second quadrant, they have to be negative positive. Okay? So look at that. I'm trying to decide whether to. Okay. Now we're going to do another 90-degree turn. 90 plus 90 is 180. So, but because I want to just pretend that we're doing a 180-degree turn. So we're going to start right here. We'll start right here. And if I ask you to do a 180-degree turn, where am I going to end up? In the third quadrant. Quadrant 3. I'm going to end up in quadrant 3. So if you start, look, let's say that's not here. Let's pretend for just a second that's not there. So if I ask you to do a 180-degree turn from this quadrant, this triangle in quadrant 1, then you would think, oh, I got to turn here and 90 degrees, and then I'm going to be here. Okay? But remember, you won't have that triangle to turn. So that's why the coordinates are going to be important for you to learn. That's why I've learned how the coordinates work to make it easier for you. Okay? Because in my mind, I just can't, it's just not natural for me to do. And some kids, it's not. Some of you get it. But look, what I need to do is turn the paper completely what? No, it's like that. What I'm going to do? Upside down. Backwards. Remember on a 180 dot? You're completely backwards to the goal. Here's the goal. 180. You're completely backwards. Okay? So I'm going to take my triangle. It's going to look exactly like it did to begin with. And where am I going to go put it down? I'm going to pretend this is X and this is a normal Y. There's no negative signs, are there? Don't look at the negative signs. So I'm going to put, and look, I'm going to go ahead and just call this A prime. And just write it upside down, just like that. We just have to, y'all can read upside down, but we're going to write it. So we're going to go over 3, up 2. That's A prime. Remember, because we're just pretending we're starting and we're just making a 180-degree turn. So A prime, okay, is 3, 2. And B is 11, 2. So just put B prime. We're just pretending we're making the first rotation. And then go to 312 for C prime. You're kind of using the numbers they have over there, but you're not looking at the negative signs. It's just positive, positive. Pick it up. Turn it back right, like you had it to begin with. Connect your vertices. And if you're lost as a goosey right now, please just bear with me. I promise. By Monday, you're going to be getting this. Don't give up yet. So, A prime, B prime, C prime. Now, if I had done a 90-degree turn and then another 90-degree, this would be A prime prime, B prime prime, C prime prime. But I just want to pretend we're just making one turn from the pre-image, and now this is our image. So A prime is going to be what? -3, -2. B prime is -11, -2. And C prime is -3, -12. Okay. I'm going to have to make this smaller so y'all can see all the coordinates at the same time. Now, look at the original coordinates and what they are now. What happened to the numbers? Look at the numbers first. Same numbers. Same exact numbers. But what happened to the signs? What happened to the signs, Anthony? They're both negative. They're the opposite of what they were. They're the opposite. Because you're in quadrant 3, and quadrant 3 is negative, negative. So they have to be negative. If you're in quadrant 3, the points have to be negative, negative. I don't care what you think. That's what they have to be. To get to these points, you have to go to the left and down. That's the key to know. I'm in what quadrant I'm in, and that's going to tell you the signs. That's going to be very helpful. Okay? All right. So if I do another 90-degree turn, oh, wait. Let's put right here. Let's do this and write 180 degree. So we made 90 more, that's 180. Right? Oh, let's get it back to upside down. Put it upside down. Then, so we're going to make another 90-degree turn. So look, it's going to be like that over here. Okay, so I'm going to turn my paper. So it's going to be, what's going to be A prime? 3, 2. B prime is going to be 11, 2. C prime, go to 3, 12. Who thinks they can do this with even out the triangle? You could. And I'm hoping by Monday all the hands are raised. That'd be great. Once you learn the coordinates, it's so easy. You're not even going to need the figure. Once you get it drawn, go back to the original To write your coordinates, you have to go back to the original picture where you started, where you can see the pre-image just like you did at the beginning. And now we're going to go write our coordinates. A prime is going to be, tell me, 2, -3. Please write with me. B prime is going to be 2, -11. And C prime is, okay. Oh, and let's come down here and do an arrow and put 270 degrees before we forget. Now, if I went 1/4 of a turn, that'd be 360. I'm back to where I started. If you do a 360 dunk, you're going to spin all the way around and be facing the goal, if you were facing the goal to begin with. So, look at these coordinates now. Look at these coordinates. What do you notice? Well, what do you notice about A prime, A and A prime? Well, can you see it? Huh? You swap the numbers again, just like you did on a 90 degree. So on the 90 degree, you had to swap the numbers. On a 270, you have to swap the numbers. But now what do you notice about the signs? What do you notice about the signs? It's positive. Why is it positive, negative? Because you're in quadrant 4. And in quadrant 4, they've got to be positive, negative. Does that make sense? It's got to be positive, then negative to get to any of these points in quadrant 4. Okay? So, we're not going to have time to do another one. So, just put this to the side just a minute and let's kind of review what we think happened here. Okay? If I start off, and it matters where you start. It matters where you start. And what I'm going to do is we're going to start in quadrant 1 for several times before we change to another quadrant. But by the time we get there, you're gonna know what to do. You might have to think about it, but you're gonna know what to do. So if I start in quadrant 1, then my points are going to be positive. I'm going to use AB instead of XY right now, just because I want to change it up. So if I start in quadrant 1 and my point is AB, okay, I make a 90-degree counterclockwise turn, I'm going to be in quadrant 2. So I made a 90-degree turn. What are my coordinates going to be? What did we do on a 90-degree turn? Didn't we flip the numbers? We flipped the numbers, but we're in quadrant 2, so it went negative, positive. Now I'm going to make another 90-degree turn, so that's going to be 180 degree. I'm in quadrant 3. If I start in 1 and make a 180-degree turn, I'm going to be in 3. So what are my points going to be? If that's positive, positive, negative A, negative B. I don't turn the numbers, do I? It's just the opposite sign. Then if I make another 90-degree turn, that's 270. If I go all the way over here, from 1 to 4, that's 270. My coordinates are going to be what? Good, B, negative A. Very good, guys. Good job. Okay. Good. We'll take a break.